Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. So what you are about to watch is 4 separate looks using the Morphe 39S Such a Gem palette. Anyways, so I've had this for 3 days now, and so this is the 4th look that I've done now. I can get away with doing 4 looks like this because I do 2 looks per video. I do one eye one look and one eye the other look. That way you can see how I did like color combinations and stuff like that. I'm sure I could probably pop out another 15 looks with this palette, but in order to get this out fast enough for you guys to see, because this is a new launch, I wanted to get it up faster. So you're actually going to be seeing this the first week of June, even though it is the last day of May for me. So hopefully you guys enjoy these looks. Some of them are talk throughs, some of them I will have to do a voiceover for. All of the colors that I use will be linked down below in the description box in the order in which they are applied. So whatever shade goes on here first will be written as the first shade, and then the crease color will be written down. And then if I use 2 different colors on my lid, however I apply them, whatever order I apply them, they will be done in that order in the description box. And then what I will also do is include a picture of the palette. What I did was I took the palette and wrote the names out over them and saved that, so I had that as well, because this palette doesn't have any names that are printed. It's on this little plastic thing that I taped to the top, so I knew what they were, so I could tell you guys what they are. So hopefully you enjoy, and let me know in the comments if you want more looks with this palette, or if you want me to use this palette in conjunction with other palettes, or if you want to see like a color series where I do certain looks with specific colors. Let me know, and I will see you guys in just a second for looks 1 and 2. So starting off with look number 1, we are starting with Super Swanky in the crease, and I am using a Glamour Dolls blending brush to put that all through my crease and on my upper brow bone as well, because my crease is a little bit deeper set because of the way that my eyes are designed. And I am dragging that under my eye about 3/4 of the way in under my eye as well, so everything is tied together. The next shade that I am using is actually called Boujee, and I am putting that on the outer edge of my eye and about 1/3 of the way in on my actual eyelid, and deepening up the crease and tight against my lash line, and being very careful with placement. Now I'm going in with Flaunt It. It is actually a metallic shade, and I did get the brush wet in order to do this. I just put water on the brush. It is a flat synthetic shader brush, and I'm working that on the inner half of my eye all the way up to my crease, and then carrying it underneath my lash line on the very front half of my under eye, kind of doing like an eyeliner technique with it. I am then going to mix Here For It and Strike a Pose, and I am popping that in the very center of my lid for like a halo effect, and then running it along the lower lash line in the center with whatever's left over on my finger, just to give it just a little bit of pop of something. Now I'm going in with my Pixie by Petra Rose Glow liner. This is a gel liner. It is beautiful. I am tight lining my upper waterline with the Tarte Sex Kitten liner. And yes, I stabbed myself in the eye once or 2 or 20 times, and got some on my bottom waterline. I'm using the Ico London Black Magic liner to line my upper lash line. And then I'm going to end up finishing off my eye look for look number 1 with the Benefit mascara in their Bad Gal Bang. This was something I got as an add-on for my Ipsy Glam bag for the month of May. Now on to, oh, I forgot. On this one, I ended up using Catch the Light, which is one of the center shades, as the inner corner brow bone highlight, and then I actually put it on my face as a regular highlight. It didn't really add a whole lot to my cheeks because it's a very wet formula. And here are pictures of the finished look. Hopefully you guys like look number 1. It's kind of more of a berry look. Some of the shades look hot pink, some of them look more berry. Now for look number 2, I started off with the Sex Kitten liner from Tarte on my inner and or my upper and lower rim because I wanted a darker look. I started off the actual crease color with the shade Pink Prize. It is a very light pink. It looks very similar to Pinkity Drinkity from the James Charles palette, but it actually shows up on my skin and blends like it should. The next shade I'm going into is called Berry Good. It is a pressed pigment, and I put that specifically in my actual crease where my eye naturally creases instead of carrying it up a little higher, and then I drug it right underneath my lower lash line about halfway in. And of course you can't see some of what I'm doing because my head's too low. Oh, there you go, there's an eye. And I did the outer third, and I carried it from outer corner to inner corner on my eye as well, and then blended up just a little bit to blend those two pink shades together. I guess I was feeling pink. Oh, never mind, purple. Now we're going in with Amethyst. I did get the brush wet. It's the same brush that I used on the other eye. I just color switched it. It is wet with water, and I am carrying that all over my actual mobile lid and just a little bit above where my mobile lid crease is on that eye. And I am covering the entire lid with it. I didn't end up doing a cut crease on this. I just kind of stacked the shadows. And if you look, there's kind of like a negative space between the Berry Good shade and the Amethyst shade because I wanted it to have that negative space. I'm also using Amethyst as kind of like a faux liner below my lower lash line as well, keeping it very, very close to my lower lashes. Now I'm going in with the shade Take the Crown. It is a silver shade from the center. It's a topper shade. It's like gel. I did use the same brush again. It was wet. I just color switched it to get the color off of it, re-dipped it in water, and I'm applying that over the entire Amethyst shade and all the entire lid space that I have, even that kind of negative space where I didn't put any shadow on purpose. Carried it up onto my brow bone, popping it on my inner corner and underneath the inner third of my eye as well. And then I realized it just wasn't enough, so I got it on my finger and decided to press it on my lid as well. And I also tried to use this as highlight. All it did was deposit some glitter on my face, and that's about all we had on there. So I was like, well, you know, a girl likes to sparkle. Now here we go with the Benefit Bad Gal Bang Mascara again. I'm actually really liking this mascara, even though it is a super, super wet formula and there's way too much of it on the mascara wand. Going back in with my Ico London Black Magic Liquid Eyeliner. This is a brush tip liner. It is comparable to the Kat Von D Trooper liner, except for it's actually black and matte, not shiny. And that is the end of look number 2. What do you guys think? Hot pink with some purple. Yay. And pictures of it. Hopefully you guys enjoy look number 2. Hey guys, it's Oberstadt. I didn't talk a lot through this tutorial. This is look 1 and 2, well technically 2 and 3, with the 39S Morphe palette, Such a Gem. I am sporting 2 different eye looks right now, but I figured I would come outside and give you a glimpse of the makeup in natural daylight before the sun starts to set down. It's about 4:30 in the afternoon. I have a video going up at 5. So here is my left eye and my right eye. I didn't talk through these because the air kept coming on, And I applied the purple with a wet brush and the hot pink in the inner corner with a wet brush, and then the shades that went over them were also applied with a wet brush. But I wanted to show you what these look like. I'm going to be probably doing 4 looks in this video, so this will be put in somewhere in the middle, because you'll see look 2 and then look 3, and then this will go in, and then I'll do like an intro and an outro with the other 2 looks on. So I will see you guys later. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm going to be doing looks 3 and 4, and I'm looking at some of the darker shades in here, and I'm thinking I might do 1 look, maybe 2, with one of the really like dark set of colors in here. So just a heads up, I'm going to go ahead and zoom you guys in, and I'm going to work one eye at a time. I'm going to start with this color in the top left corner. It is called Plums Up. It's like a burgundy color, using a very, very light hand. I'm going to pick up a smaller beige brush and try and get in my actual crease a little bit better. And then with whatever's left over, I'm dragging it towards the corner of my eye. I'm going to take that small beige brush and 1 tap into the pan. I'm going to drag it underneath my lash line about halfway. I'm keeping it really close to my lash line as well, and then connecting it to where I put it in the crease. I think what I'm going to do next, I just got this little flat shader brush wet. I'm going to be using this shade here on like the outer half, and then I'm going to use the silver on the inner part of my lid. That first shade is Dazzle Them, and then the other one is Shiny Objects. So I'm going to start with Shiny Objects on the inside of my eye. This is kind of a more fluffy, flat synthetic brush, like a little shader brush almost. And then I'm going to run it underneath the very front of my eye as well. I might go back over that with my finger in just a minute. I just cleaned the brush off with my little brush cleaner. I'm going into Dazzle Them now. It's kind of like a purple with glitter. It's almost like there's a hard little shower head. I'm like swirling my brush in it, trying to pick up product. And I'm going to run that under the center of my lash line as well. I think I'm going to go ahead and carry it all the way to the corner. It's almost like it's a topper shade, kind of like the silver. Grab this silver, that very first shade, and try and put, whoa, okay, that's a lot different. A lot better with a finger. And because I have hooded eyes, I do have shimmer transferred up onto my brow bone. I'm going to take the Morphe M560 into the shade Garnet Glam, which is this like blackish purple down here. It's like, I don't know, it's like a black base, but it has like purpley glitter shades in it. And I'm gonna lightly add this to the outer corner, just a little bit going over that other shade. And I'm gonna drag it underneath just a little bit, just to make it look like it belongs there. With my eye open, I carried it up just a little bit more here, so that you can see it when my eye is open. Kind of gives you the effect of a faux wing. My eye is open, things look quite a bit different. Like when I look straight at you with my lid down, it looks one way. But if I open my eye and look at you, it looks completely different, because the majority of that space is hidden. Going in with Dazzle Them again, and I'm just going to tap over that outer edge. Again, that might be a finger shade too. Okay, I will finish this off with black liquid eyeliner and another coat of mascara, and I will be right back. Okay, I've got mascara and liner on, but you know what? I forgot to do anything on the inner corner or on my brow bone. So I'm going to go ahead and take the shade, Take the Chrome, which is this first like gel topper shade, and I'm going to grab it on my very first finger. And I'm tapping it on my brow bone, and then I'll run over it with my other finger. And then I'm lightly putting it on the inner part of my eye. It's very similar to Shiny Objects. I got some of my eyebrow hair, which is fine. So here is the third look. It's amazing how different my looks look with my eyes open versus like when I look down or if I turn my head. I'm going to go ahead and get started with look number 4. And I don't know, there is this like Posh Boss shade, which is a grayish like purple at the very top. I think I'm going to start off with that in my crease, and then we'll go from there. Alright, taking Posh Boss, it looks like a gray with a purple base on my crease and up onto my brow bone, and I'm dragging that in all the way to the inner corner of my eye. And I have to remember to open my eye and look up to see how it's going to look, because you see a little bit of this lid actually shows. This lid is mostly gone when my eye is open, but the other one has a little bit of lid space that shows. I'm going to take that under my eye, right up under my lashes. I might need to switch brushes to do this, because I don't want to drag it down too far. And I'm debating, I think I'm going to go burgundy on this one too, but this one is called Wine Nut. It's this one down here by the black. I might even use the black shade on this look. We'll see. And I'm going to put this, I'm going to leave my eye open and stick the brush right in the crease and trace with my eye open. And then, it's funny, when I close my eye, now you can see exactly where my natural crease is. So, as you can see, I carry color up quite a bit further. That gives me something to work with. And I think I'm going to carry this all the way across. I might even do a small cut crease. Alright, I have to remember to keep my eye open. Now, with the same brush, I'm going to run this under my lashes, right up under my lash line. As close to my lash line as I can get this little brush to do it. But still showing that first shade that I used. So this is what we got going on right now. Alright, I'm going to grab some concealer and cut my lid. I need to grab a brush first, and I think I'm going to throw Treasure Trove on it. You know what? I think I'm going to do You Fancy instead, which is this like beautiful like hot pink and orange shade. But I want to do a cut crease. Okay, this is the e.l.f. concealer in Fair Beige. While that is still wet, I'm going to take the same brush and then I'm going to go right into You Fancy with the side that's got concealer on it. Crap, I opened my eye too far. I like this brush. is a dry flat synthetic shader brush from BH. Seems to like the dry brush better. It's funny, some of these shadows, they like wet brushes, some of them like dry brushes, some of them prefer your finger. I've used all of the above for looks with this palette thus far. So with this dry brush, I'm going to go ahead and grab that new fancy shade, and I'm going to run that under my lash line. And of course get it on my nose. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I didn't have something smeared on my nose. And I honestly don't know if you can see the pink shift in it or not. But there's definitely a pink shift. I'm going to go up a little bit higher than the cut crease and put some of the shadow down. Just going a little outside the lines. I mean, who doesn't color outside the lines? Now I'm going to blend over that harsher line up here with that first brush. I didn't pick up any extra product. So when I look straight ahead, you see the gray, and then you see the orange and hot pink. You don't even see the center shade that I have on unless you look out here, and then you can see it. Crazy how that works, huh? Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in some black liner and another coat of mascara, and I'll be right back. Okay, liner is on. I went ahead and put my L'Oreal white eyeliner in both eyes, and mascara's on, and this is what we're looking like. That is look 4. The only thing I want to do is throw something on my brow bone, and they have the shade in here that's a lighter version of the shade that I used, which is called Bling thing. So I'm going to grab that on my finger and tap it on my brow bone, and it has like the hot pink glitter in it. And then press it on the inner corner. Okay, so these are the finished looks for look 3 and 4 using the Morphe 39S Such a Glam palette. And I used quite a few shades this time around as well. I will leave everything linked down below that is on each of the looks, and I will put the colors in the order in which I applied them. I, of course, will take pictures and post them on my Instagram, and Instagram and Twitter are always linked down in the description box. So if you like these 4 looks that I have done, this makes look 5 technically that I've done with this palette, because the very first look I did was done completely in natural light. I recorded it outside with the sun like beating down on my face. So yeah, that was sunny and hot and blinding. But anyways, hopefully you guys like looks 3 and 4 or 1 and 2, because this is a combined video with all 4 looks. And I will see you guys in another video very soon. Hopefully you have a great day or night wherever you are.